known offender of not writing the right stream name into our stream.
A known offender.
It says it. It's
Okay.
It's class 1C.
Okay, perfect. We got another follower. Oh, shit. All right, let's get started. You guys remember where we were last week?
Yeah. I do.
What were we doing? Genius.
Gaming it up.
What?
We were gaming it up.
Oh, they said aiming it up. I was like, aiming what?
Alright. But yeah, we were in the arcade because we're trying to get sticky material because it's the weekend.
You're right.
And I just got that figure.
That is true.
The figure
Ichiro
was
just
attained.
watching Kosuke play Jubeat because he doesn't understand what's going on.
All right, let's get some nice. There we go. The two boys are standing around the Jubeat, or U-beat in this sense. Is it? It is U-beat. And Kosuke is slamming onto these tiles at the perfect time. He can hear perfect, 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 perfect.
Wow, Kosuke, you're really good at this game.
Thanks, I know.
Absolutely takes it. No humility. You guys continue playing, and you can see that you accrued like a decent amount of ticket wealth, but nothing that's really going to break the bank yet. Do you remember, did you guys write how many tickets you had on your character sheet?
Yes, actually.
Did you actually? Nice. How many did you have?
15.
15 tickets. Fun, fun, fun. I believe I said a close amount of like 300 are required.
I'm pretty sure I got. I didn't write it down.
You might have gotten like
anywhere,
around
but-
80 or so.
But I remember I got like. It was like. it was on the Jubeat. It was like the highest score.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And whatever that was, I got that. So.
Whatever the highest thing I could have right now is I have.
No, I'm serious.
No, I know. I just think it's funny that like the idea that Kosuke puts down his tickets and almost immediately they are stolen. Like he gets from U-beat he gets 80 tickets and puts it down next to the machine so that he can like accrue more wealth. And as soon as he puts it down, he looks back and like some kid's running off with it.
Punch him in the head.
You have 80 so far.
Okay.
Should we stop that kid?
No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
That was a hypothetical.
It was a
shot.
bit for most of it.
No, Ichiro, that was a hypothetical fourth wall breaking.
Oh, sorry. Those always confuse me.
Kosuke's talking to himself, and he's like, wouldn't it be funny if I lost all my tickets to that kid? And then Ichiro goes, should we go beat up that kid? He's like, no.
No, what? Shut up. Why are you listening to me right now?
All right. I have added a few more games over the course of the past week that have been turned on and freshly installed. You have Hero Fighters, in which you guys can select pro heroes in order to battle in a 2D fighter style 1v1 system.
I love this game.
All of the best pro heroes are in this game, and it updates yearly with the newer rankings, obviously ranking the heroes from highest to lowest. Without a doubt, the crowning achievement is its All Might Fist joysticks that you use in order to guide your character.
Man,
Those always made me uncomfortable.
no, they're almost unusable, but I love the gimmick.
Is Ichiro familiar with the game?
Yeah, he explains to Kosuke that his older brother used to beat him all the time because he would just cheese with Gang Orc.
Gang Orc is kind of broken.
It's the one. It's why it's banned like in every tournament.
You can almost never play in most of the city maps because of all of the destruction and damage. I just love the concept of Ichiro playing and like losing to cheese.
He wouldn't know how to stop it. He's not very good at games.
It's the only time that Ichiro expresses rage.
Only
Like,
time he
when
feels
he's- when
angry.
he's losing at a fighting game.
We should totally play.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah. All right. The winner gets 50 tickets, and the loser gets 25 tickets. So you can head on to Hero Fighters next to Tech Inn, Stackman, Flight Simulation, Betris, and Our Tiny Pony, which is a side-scrolling beat 'em up for some reason. So Hero Fighters, there is, but yeah, you have at least $1 worth of tokens for a play. You guys again have to keep track of your money. So far, I believe you have spent, at the very least, $1 worth, or maybe like 50 cents, in like grand scheme of things. But Hero Fighters is a 4-coin game, and thusly $1. Each quarter is a token.
Okay. Wait, is it $1 for each?
It's on the
Like
wrong
each player?
Yeah,
Uh,
like each play.
Yeah, each player.
Okay, okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we were just like standing at the back of it.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna be able to play.
You guys were looking at the giant mural.
Well, this sure looks fun, but how do we play it?
Uh,
Well, see, it's you dig in there and you feel around for something covered in pins, and you want to rip that out.
Okay.
Thanks. Now I'm gonna go sell this.
No, you
Just
guys.
trying to carry it out.
You guys get onto the controllers. How How do you guys grip these All Might Fist controllers? Is there?
With
are
my
you-
whole fist.
Okay, I was saying, you like the finger grabber where you got like the 3-finger pinch on the tip of it, like the
Yeah, I
full.
was gonna say Kosuke's the spider grip on the top of it, like all 5 fingers touching it, but
Not.
yeah, like held away from it.
All right. You guys boot up the game and you hear the startup select music for an amazing arena fighter. Oops, hold on. Let's see. Here we go. As this goes on, you finally catch a glimpse of the... I need to turn this the fuck down. All of it, actually. Yeah, the sound of the arcade is, like, slowly droned out by the blasting music in front of you. And you guys are seen looking over the top heroes. You have Ryukyu, Yoroi Musha, Wash, Kamui Woods, Crust, Mirako, Edgeshot, Best Genist, Hawks, Endeavor, All Might. Everyone is here.
No hesitation, Ichiro picks Best Genist.
Okay. You can hear the
He's
select
just the
song.
strongest. I'm winning this.
Yeah.
Kosuke chooses edge shot.
Okay. Wow. Let's get some combat checks. You can choose one of 2 checks. I apologize. I need to get the sheet up. Where is he? There he is. No, I lost it. Fuck. How did I go to every single wrong folder? There we go. I'm also just gonna like continually lower these. But you guys get into battle, and I am going to take either a combat check, or a tech education check. You're either button mashing or you're using your tech.
I'm gonna be going with a tech ed roll.
Okay.
Ichiro's definitely going for button mash.
Okay.
Who
Let's see.
will win?
Who will win? Let's hear both of you guys say it when you have it ready. You guys finished?
9.
9?
10.
Oh my god. The fight is invigorating. You guys are smashing your keys and buttons as you go. And there is a group's like worth of people gathered around you as you begin doing combat. Alec is dodging up a storm. Sorry, Kosuke is dodging up a storm. But Ichiro is pressing on the assault. And with his bullshit ranged mechanics, Best Jeanist is able to just, like, effectively cancel out into a consistent attack combo after, like, half health and one-shot him. The rounds go quickly, and while it is a, like, win for win, you guys get into a sudden death match as the timer runs out in your third round. There is one final quick round, and Ichiro just continuously pushes the assault and is able to wear down the health enough to run out the timer. And Ichiro is declared the victor, earning 50 tickets, while Kosuke is given 25.
Woo! Good game, buddy.
Thanks. That was literally the best I could do. And actually, it literally was. My tech ed, I rolled a 6. I only have a 1 in intelligence. But,
Wonderful.
So I got a 6. And then +5, so 9 was the best I could have possibly got. But
All right.
But Ichiro's mad skills.
So let's get those tickets down on your sheets. And we're going to take a moment. So while you guys are playing, and we're going to cut back across the way. I don't know if you guys remember, but we have a certain someone who's roaming the mall at the moment.
Yeah, slinking about. She's got like a rain cloud above her head.
Someone else's quirk, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Here we go. Homura, you're stepping out of the accessory store after purchasing the required figurine that has been requested of you. And you just have, like, the rest of the kind of afternoon to yourself. Is she any interested in finding something else to do, or maybe, like, just shopping around, something that might make her feel better with some shop therapy?
Yeah, she was just gonna wander the mall. She's kind of like coming down from the high of winning that figure and like realizing that she can't keep it.
Yeah.
She has to give it to someone.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! I said give it to me! She's just holding on to it. Is she clutching it or just holding it?
Just holding it.
Alright. Where does she want to head to first?
I'm thinking like right to the cat cafe.
Okay. Understandable. We can move them.
She needs it.
Yeah. We get you all the way down to the cat cafe whenever you're good. But upon entrance, like, the owner turns to you and is able to quickly assess your mood, and like lays out one of the tables nearby and puts like her fattest cat onto it. It's sprawled out, like arms stretched onto its back, and you can see its giant dark gray and blue fur underneath its back, and on its stomach is a lighter, like grayish, whiter material of fur, even softer than on top of its body, and it's like a fluffy cat. This shit is absolutely divine. It is a boy sent from the heavens, Chunky.
I'm gonna like start petting him, and then just like tears fill her eyes.
Oh. Sorry, hold on, wait.
And she's gonna bury her face in his stomach.
As she's laying there, the music comes on inside the cat cafe, and you can just hear. The lady approaches and puts like a hand on her shoulder and gives her a like free water. What seems to be causing you so much grief, young lady?
Oh, it's just some school trouble. She does not know how to fucking even begin to like bring this shit up. Sorry, the fucking song.
No. The cat is like.
Just like, oh, come on.
No. Ooh, I feel like my audio is having its fucking share of trouble right now. Ooh. Yeah, no. The older woman sits by her side for the moment, and obviously pitying her, sits like in one of the pulled up chairs, and goes, "Oh, I'm sure it'll be okay." Oh, we have a new follower. I forgot that it has the Demon Slayer group sound because we don't have our own Class 1C like sound sets. But we appreciate it. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And she's like, "Oh well, I'm sure whatever it is, it'll pass. It is just the beginning of the semester." Hello. Oh, it just continues to do that. I was like, "Is there another one?" We can ignore that. But she like is trying her best to comfort Homura.
Yeah,
Um.
I bet.
Well,
Homer just kind of wants his lady to go away.
yeah, she, realizing that she's probably not doing as much help, says, "Well, whenever I find myself in kind of times of trouble, I usually stick by people who I know I can trust and keep me safe. Like this cat here." And she, like, gestures to this fat cat that's now, like, stretching with its mouth open, giving up the fattest yawn. And you hear her, like, under her breath go, "Ooh, big stretch."
Was a big stretch.
Yeah. And she goes behind the counter and begins to tend to these two customers that have approached from behind. She's sitting here with this cat, and this cat's just, like, looking at her with curious eyes as she's kind of, like, sniffling in.
Yeah, she's getting some pet therapy right now.
Mm.
Some strokes.
With the free water, eventually she does have like a set price. This poor microphone is at its wit's end with me. The lady gives you like a look and holds up like 5 for what you can only assume is like another 5 minutes before you have to head out. Does she wanna do anything phone-wise? Does she want to reach out and see what the boys are up to, or is she just content with being alone at the moment?
She just wants to be alone.
That's fair.
Probably like leave before her time's up and then keep wandering.
Right now, we'll take that cat therapy and move back over to the arcade. Have the boys moved from their fun little excursion on the fighting game? Or are they still going at it?
We're on to DDR.
Okay. Let's see.
DDR time, baby.
Revol dance. Or
Dance-u,
RDD.
dance-u.
Dance. Okay. Kitty cat. And I keep forgetting to keep this turned down. Yeah, you guys both pay 50 cents worth of tokens and throw the game right on. And all of a sudden, you can see that like the credits just like disappear.
Is that supposed to happen?
No.
Then what just happened?
Machine ate your coin.
What the hell?
What do you think their first idea to do is?
Ichiro like tries to inspect the coin slot and see if he can figure out like maybe the coins got stuck or something.
Press like the eject button, the like coin stuck button.
Oh yeah, he like
That's the
fat
stuff.
fingers the button.
The eject doesn't drop out anything, but you can hear like the coins fall deeper, like into the holding, like when it's consumed.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, we gotta get somebody.
All right.
Yeah, no, this is annoying me.
Calm down, buddy. We can get it fixed.
Do you guys make like a show of trying to get it out?
Oh yeah.
All right. You hear the sound of like a gate opening up, and the familiar sounds of like sneakers on tile, and you hear, "Wow, what seems to be the problem, boys?"
Hey, the machine ate our coins, I think.
What? Walks over to the game and begins to like pound very gently on the side while putting his ear up to it. And as you see him draw back his hair, his ears take on this very long and vampire-esque length, where he presses them up. He bangs one more time and goes, "Ah, there we go." And then he kicks the machine full force at the lowest point, and you can see 4 quarters erupt out just as much as you had put in. And the game also then adds 1 credit, allowing you guys to get a free run of game.
Wow, thank you.
Let's go.
It's no problem. This place is kind of falling apart if you haven't noticed. He points over in the direction of what would be a dual racing game, almost like what is that anime? The racing game?
Initial D.
Yeah, Initial C is over in the corner, and one of them is literally missing a wheel. He cringes for a moment and goes, one of our patrons really didn't take too kindly to drifting as a mechanic.
Wow, we'll keep an eye out for anybody like that.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just looking to see if we can get one of them replaced. I hear they sell them at the mall, but God, with this place in the shambles that it's in, I don't really have time to go get it.
Could we be of assistance?
His ears perk up as he begins to walk away, and he turns back to you. He goes, "You guys are like little errand boys, huh?"
Well, when you put it like that.
I don't think I like to be called that.
Well, listen. I can give you a little bit more info about some stuff if you guys are willing to get some stuff done for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And do you guys have Soft's phone number in your phone?
Not yet.
Shit, I'd even be able to give you guys my number if you're going to be this useful.
Wow, I don't think that's much of a prize, but sure.
He looks like he's taken a little aback. He puts a hand on his chest, a little offended. And you can see him, like, skipping back to the, like, ticket counting area. But just before he gets out of distance, he turns back and goes, "Yeah, no, it should be available in the game store in the mall. If you guys can get it to me, I'll pay you right back for it. Shit, I'd even loan you the money just to get it done."
That works for us.
The sooner the easier, boys. And saunters back into his little desk managing area. Yeah, all you guys know now is that there is a wheel available for purchase at the mall.
Alright, Ichiro. Let's finish up and get those sticky hands so we can get that wheel.
Sounds good to me. Now, how do we play this?
By dancing, I think.
All right.
Oh.
You guys both throw in your coins, and you can hear the ka-chish, ka-chish as you both sign in for the dual experience. The better you guys get collectively, the more money you will receive, or I guess tickets in this case. How much do you have now? Both of you?
Collectively,
Or just
we
a solo? Or do you have a collective amount?
Well, we're gonna put our tickets together to buy the amount of sticky hands we need.
Yeah.
So.
But do you have an idea of what your collective amount surmounts to?
Yeah, I think we have 170 total.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
And what, we need 300?
Yeah. So you can
Yeah,
both get
okay.
35 tickets max for playing this. So ultimately 70. Or, yeah, if you're able to both perfect this with a tempo check. But do you want to select like a decent BPM or like a faster BPM? The faster you go, the more coins or tickets. Listen to me. The more tickets you can earn. There is only normal and hard mode, but hard mode is
The
not
more we
recommended.
can win, the faster we can get out of here.
I agree.
Hard mode will require a better technique, or sorry, not a technique, a better tempo, so a better speed check.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Ichiro's a little worried about his performance, because he's too large to be nimble. So this is going to be daunting no matter what.
Yeah, and we don't want to get a bad grade because then we won't get any tickets. So maybe we should just stick to normal.
I agree.
All right. So here's how we're gonna do it. You're both gonna make 3 tempo checks over the course of this song. For every tempo check you succeed, you'll get the highest amount. For every one you do middle amount on, you get the middle amount, and every one you do the lowest on, you will get the lowest amount. A critical failure is a 1 or a 2. So you will not receive any tickets if you receive a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Ready?
But sorry, what are we rolling?
Tempo. Which is in your
Okay.
speed.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Sounds good.
You guys select your song, and it begins. I need both of you to make your beginning tempo checks.
Mother of pearl.
12.
12?
6.
All right. Damn. Kosuke, how is he nailing this? Because he is just stepping in time.
Yeah, he's styling a bit because it's early in the song, so he's not gripping onto the bar, but he's still wiggling those feet around.
All right. Everyone is getting along. Kosuke is absolutely demolishing this track. He's missed not a single one so far, so you both can add 35 and 25 to your amounts. And then you can make your next check. Once you've added them, give me another tempo.
You got it.
Another 6?
Oh my god. Add another 25.
I
Here.
also got a 6.
Alright, both of you add 25. The game begins to get a little harder as you're keeping in time with the motions. And you can feel yourselves beginning to sweat. And I'm going to need your final tempo check for this last bit of the song. And do your best.
Bullets are coming down Ichiro's face, and he's kind of like slowing as he stomps around.
He's getting heavier, heavier. It's getting harder to move.
He steps to the right, and he feels his knee give out.
Oh.
I got a 1.
Oh my god. He falls off to the side and is able to catch himself along the wall. But it's up to Kosuke.
Come on, buddy, you can do it!
I got a 10.
Ah, Kosuke! Kosuke starts jumping in between to like get some of Ichiro's like missed steps. You do not suffer a 0 from this. But as the song ends, you are displayed your full 35, and Ichiro is not deducted any. So he receives 15. And after that, you guys can collectively add up all of your tickets.
So I've got 130.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still counting.
I have 200.
So we have enough.
All right.
Yes, we do, with 30 left over. Which I think I deserve.
Go for it, buddy.
Go crazy, dude.
Thank you.
Do you want to know what's available under 30 tickets?
Yeah, sure.
Nothing.
Let's go.
I'm just kidding. There's some candy available. And after you guys finish up, you can take your little water break because we're actually going back to the mall. And as we do so, Homura, where do you think she's moved throughout the hall now?
I was gonna have her go to the games.
Okay. Homura, as you're moving throughout the mall, and I'll move you over to the game store. Get rid of this. I forgot to move these guys.
I like the All Might off to the side.
he's on like every map secretly just in case. Homura, you move into the game store. Let me just, yeah. I can't see you. Oh, there you are.
I'm still in the cat cafe.
Yeah. As you move into the game store, Homura, you feel your phone kind of vibrate, and there is a Twitter notification, or tweeter. And it is from Genosis Arcade. And it is a retweeted video of RDD Fails, a video site or video social media platform sent for sharing failures at like RDD people playing like who slip off the mat or slip off of or just overall are not doing well at the game. And you can see a video of Ichiro and Kosuke at the arcade playing, and Ichiro falls off the RDD dance machine, and Kosuke begins pick up his slack. You can see also underneath, immediately after you view this tweet, is an RDD like based Twitter, and it is Kosuke single-handedly saving the game from failure, and like his sweating bullets afterward.
She's like, I'm glad they're having a good day.
You step inside and you can see all of these games lined up. There's SD games, there's ABG games, there's Cube games, Cube game games, station players, box X's. I'm just throwing shit out. Please ignore me. But amongst them, there's also like arcade repair, as there are some arcade games here. And there's like wheels for them. There's pinball replacement launchers, just everything you can find. And in the store there is like a select few people, some kind of covered, some just like here to have fun. Is she here looking for anything?
She's just gonna browse.
All right. Yeah. What does she go to handheld games, console games, or is she looking for like plug and play games? God forbid.
Console games.
You come up on a select few like horror console games, and underneath is the like very cutesy, kawaii-esque like pre-cure game, like pretty little magical girl games, and above it is like the horror Junji Ito-esque looking play style and designed console games. Is she a hardcore gamer? Is she a gamer girl perhaps?
I don't know about hardcore, but
She's definitely in like at the very
think
least
she
a casual
definitely-
scene.
she does have a console, I feel like. Or at least she does at home.
Thinking about getting it shipped up.
Yeah.
That's fair. And now that you have a TV, it would work. Is she looking for like some FPS, some platformer, some RTS, some RPG?
She likes RPGs, and she also likes horror games. But also those like cutesy magical girl games you were talking about.
She eyes it with a
She would-
sweat.
She would play those.
Would she
Perhaps.
would she buy them publicly or buy them online?
Definitely online.
Okay.
Like not the kind of game she buys physically.
Yeah, like digital download.
Downloads it, yeah.
You can see like the groups of people grow larger and larger inside, and one of the gentlemen behind, the woman behind the counter near the far back, is just like waiting for people to bring up her game, or her games to sell or to buy. Is she gonna pick up? There's like a slew of different games. There's AAA games that are ranging from like the $50, but there are some $10 to $15 games for the console that you do have back home. There's a horror, a romance RPG, and a dating sim strategy game.
How much is the horror game?
15.
Oh. We're getting kind of low on money. Is there
Yeah.
gonna be a way to make some more?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll cop the game then.
Fantastic. As you go up to the I guess back would be the more appropriate term for this, considering its placement. The woman's like, "Hi, how can I help you?"
She slams it onto the counter.
You scare the lady behind the
Silently.
counter as she's holding the like beeper, and she accidentally like scans your forehead. It doesn't beep, but you can see the red line go over. And she goes, "Will this be all?"
Yes.
Okay. And we are running a program where you get 15% off your next purchase if you can just give us some details about yourself. I just need your name and your school that you go to.
Fine.
Okay.
Homura Yoshino. UA.
Okay. And she takes off 15% off of your purchase. So you will only be paying $12.75.
Sweet.
Oh, sweet, Lois. And as soon as you hear your name resound through the room, a pair of eyes like lock onto you, and she can feel this presence.
Not sure what to do about that.
Mhm.
She's just gonna keep acting normal for now.
All right. Yeah. She is giving her game back in a plastic bag, and the woman behind the counter bows and says, "Well, I hope you have a good day."
Whatever.
So sad. Yeah, you wanna head out of the game store?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna
Is the
have.
for rent area like the space is for rent?
Yeah. If you wanted to
Okay,
start your
so
own
it's just
business.
empty.
And we're gonna
Oh.
take our turn
Oh.
back to
Oh,
the
come on.
the game scenarios. Really quickly. All right, boys. You have accrued enough wealth to sustain not only yourself but this mission. What is it you'd like to do next?
I think we should go get those sticky hands.
Let's go get them.
So we like pool them together and head over towards Soph.
All right. Soph is watching you like approach the stand, and you've got this like air, I'm assuming, of confidence.
Oh yeah, like a stupid grin on his face.
All right. He goes, "All right, boys. What can I do for you?"
All right, give us all the sticky hands you got.
Okay. And he starts like going through the underside into the bucket. He puts it onto the scale with the tickets, and with that, just like hands you this bucket of sticky hands, all individually wrapped in plastic.
Are we gonna have to take these out?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, man. Well, if you guys want, there's everything else. Do you got any more tickets? Do you want to hear what else is available?
Yeah. Anything under 30?
Man, I've got some candy. And he gestures to like some like hot reds, which have like an Endeavor wrapping, some gummy like little burgies, and there's like a picture of Lunch Rush on the little packaging. There's some All Might eraser tops or eraser caps, and the rest is just various like smaller hero toys, like a Kamui Woods action figure or a Mount Lady mask.
He'd get like the gummy burger,
Okay.
like the Krabby Patty.
He can get 3 of them.
Yeah, he's getting 3 of them.
All right. Yeah. Well, if that's all you guys need, I'll see you next time, unless you're planning on sticking around.
I don't think so. I think we need to move on to the mall.
I don't think so.
We'll call you when we have the wheel for you, though.
All right, man. And he presses his phone up against the back of your guys' name, and you can add Soft to your contacts.
Oh, he's added all right.
All right. You boys are heading out. You can head out through the door in the back.
All right, let's go. Ichiro just like full-on sprints out of there.
You guys go different ways. You meet up in the middle and high five. He watches you guys leave.
Ciao.
He watches you guys leave and he just chuckles.
Oh, Homura.
Homura is off the map, yeah, because we always have them on here.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna finally, now that we finished up that, we're gonna stay back here at the mall. Shay, you know you can move Homura, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted me to keep moving her, if you had any intention of like guiding her or where she's going.
I kind of was thinking just music next.
Mm.
Just popping in the shop she hasn't been in.
Mhm.
Kind of aware that someone's still watching her.
Yeah. The eyes as you exit the doorway do not seem to dissipate. Oh. Someone rubbing against their mic? I couldn't tell if that was me. I was a little worried for a sec.
I think that was you.
Was it?
I don't know.
That's crazy. I don't know why. Whatever. Yeah, so she just goes into the store right next to her.
Yeah.
Alright. As she does so, she can feel the presence disappear for the moment. And in a stroke of just like the worst luck, a man stands along the doorway, and begins like eyeing her, like, openly.
Great. Some fucking creep.
Does she like acknowledge him?
No, she definitely thinks he's like some fucking weirdo who's gonna start like hitting on her.
That's fair.
So she's trying to act like he's not there.
Yeah. He approaches her very cautiously and like looks around before he gets any closer. He doesn't get like within like earshot, but he gets within like a good 1 or 2 feet, giving her like a safe amount of distance as to not come off as like he's trying to grab her or anything. And he
I'll
goes,
consider it.
he goes, "Your name's Homura, right?"
Yes. Who's asking?
He laughs for a sec to himself, and he goes, "You gotta be kidding me. Kid,
No.
you've pissed off the worst group of people ever. And for that, you have my undying respect." And he gets like a little closer. He doesn't put a hand on her, very, very notably. But he does put like a shoulder nudge. And he goes, "Listen, kid, I bet you've heard all sorts of scary shit, huh?"
Maybe a little.
Listen. And he keeps saying listen because he's
Yeah,
like
I'm
trying to
listening.
be quiet. And he very obviously like takes a casual look around every so often and goes, "This society's a scary place, especially for people like you and me. Why don't you come with me?" And he begins to slowly make his way out of the music shop and towards like the front of the mall, leaving out of like direct sight.
Fucking. Okay, I guess.
Is she sus?
She'll humor
Yeah,
him
she's
for now.
yeah. Doesn't follow him like directly that far enough. But they take their leave out of the mall, and we are going to go to a familiar place, which I have to clean up for a sec because it is not correct. But you guys are coming actually in from the left, and oh, why is she so much bigger than him? As he walks, he gets over to. I actually have to swap the boys to the opposite side. He goes, Homura Yoshino, your name has been flying around the internet, especially the dark web for these past few days. I've taken careful interest in you. You see, and he pulls out like his hoodie down, and you can see this mask covering his face. And he scratches his neck, and he goes, I'm a part of a group that despises these people. These emissaries of their own will, forcing it upon the people of this city. And he gives off this like weird anti-hero energy. If you want, you can give me some relevant like insight checks to see what like the aura or like the intention he's giving off here, whether or not it's like bloodthirsty or if he's like lying to you.
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's 1d6, so.
Good luck.
2.
2, perfect. He's giving you like a speech that you feel as though is coming from his heart. He's giving off an aura of like kind of almost like an elder sibling or an upperclassman talking to an underclassman. These people.
Aww.
They don't. Oh, I'm cutting out. I'm afraid I'm going to cut out saying something important. These people that want to hurt you, they want to hurt me too. And seeing you in my situation, I just can't help that. I need to do something. He, upon hearing like a very distant discussion, goes, I know this sounds weird, but if you ever need help, and I mean ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out. And he hands you a phone. You can tell that this is what looks like a burner phone.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, he walks past you. He puts 4 fingers. He leaves his index finger pointing upward, but still grabs onto your shoulder and goes, remember what I said. Gotta watch out for each other. And I'll be sure to be watching out for you, kid. And he disappears off, walking down into a nearby alleyway.
Can I like call after?
Yeah,
and be
absolutely.
Like, wait, what's your name?
He stops for a moment, and looking back at you, he like takes off his like hand on his face. You can see he has like a crusty smile as his skin along his mouth and up his cheeks is very dry and white. You can call me Homura. And as he's walking away, he goes, my friends, call me Shigaraki. And then is just vanished from sight. And Kosuke, Ichiro, you guys finally make it out onto the street and down into the intersecting path from the arcade to the mall around this end. And at this point.
Do we see Homura?
Yeah, she's just kind of standing there in the middle of the street.
Ichiro like yells out to her.
Homura. She's like kind of perplexed by that experience, but like as soon as he walks away, she's like, "Oh, cool. Our names rhyme." But as soon as Ichiro calls out, she's gonna like walk over to them.
Mm. Yeah.
Still kind of in a somber mood,
Yeah.
but weirdly comforted.
Let me get alleyway ambiance for you guys. But what's the meeting like? How are you guys feeling?
How'd the mall trip go for you?
It was alright. I got that fruits basket figure. Fuck, I mean veggie basket.
Why did I say or why did I say fruits basket? That's not the name of it. Yeah, she very clearly brandishes on her side like a bag that's got like a dimensionally appropriate box for a figurine.
Wow, never seen that before, but cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Maybe you should.
Does she pull it out?
Yeah.
Ah! There's like a light gleaming off of this plastic bag as it like opens up into this beautiful figure of a girl with brown hair holding an onigiri in a backpack, like on her way clearly somewhere. She's on like a little bit of a run.
We got the sticky hands for that guy too.
Do you like it?
Do
I
you
do
like
like
it?
it.
Thank you.
Is Ichiro showing off the bucket?
Yeah. We got the sticky hands.
Ah,
You can see
cool.
each
Sticky hands.
each individual sticky hand is like wrapped to it, like sealed almost. And you're gonna have to open up all of them.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Like you guys are just standing across the way from each other.
I mean, I assumed we got like a little bit closer than that.
Dunk.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Damn it.
Oh my god, sorry. I just needed to send this to the group chat. Here we go. But yeah, you guys are all met up. You're exchanging cool things. Does she have anything else she wants to show them, or are you guys ready to head back? Or head somewhere else?
Well,
Where
we wanted
should
to
we
go
go?
pick up that wheel, right?
Where do you guys want to go?
That's right. We were on the way to the mall still.
Oh. I guess I'll go with you guys.
Sorry to make you go all the way back there. I guess we should have called you.
No. No, it's fine. She's just thinking about a lot.
Clearly got head full, many thoughts going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, you want to head back to the mall? You can start the walk.
Starts hoofing it.
No pun intended, or pun intended?
I get
Pun
that.
intended.
Oh, I get the joke.
Oh. All right. You guys are on your way. And with that, straight to the mall, back again.
Wow, the mall, yay!
I love the mall. I love the mall. Yeah, you guys arrive exactly into the entrance, and where are you guys on this? Do I have to like re-add you? I think I have to re-add you. That's fine.
I think so, yeah.
Boom. And then 3 Kosuke's. Yeah. Where's the first destination? Kosuke's.
Should we go grab that wheel?
Yeah.
The
Right
wheel
here.
of wow. Go
Oh, yeah,
for it.
Wait, is it the store on our left?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna go in then.
All right. You guys head right in, and the sound of like distant, or not distant, these are very close but like very lowered volume games rings through, and you can see there's the repair wall with pieces in plastic bags that are clipped at the top with some cardboard labeling them. And you can see this wheel just wrapped in a plastic bag. It's not the best condition, but it's definitely better than nothing. And with that, it costs about $50.
Soft gave us the money, right?
He said if you were going to go buy it today, he would send you the money as soon as you asked him.
Alright. I guess we should just pick it up and bring it back there.
All right. Ichiro, Kosuke, are you guys looking for anything else in the game store? Are these boys?
I don't think he has the money right now for anything.
He's looking like into like the sections of the store and then back to his wallet, and it's just like.
Yeah. I think we just gotta get the wheel. We're all
fair.
super poor.
Yeah, no. You guys suddenly get a Menvo request for, or sorry, not request, but delivery of $50. Plus, obviously, the tax and the transfer fee.
Oh, he's efficient.
Yeah. Who's approaching the woman to pay this thing?
I don't mind.
All right. She sees him approach and like has to like look up at him, and she's like, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Howdy, I just want to pick up this wheel.
Oh yeah, of course. Do you want to pay for any insurance on it, or would you just like for it, or sorry, warranty? But If not, we can just pack it for you right here.
I think that's all right.
Oh,
Just I'll just take it.
Okay. She put it into a tiny little plastic box. It's not like a sealed up one, but it's like cardboard wrapped up. And puts in some cushioning for it and gives it to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. And she sees you guys out. Homura, she looks at you, and looks like kind of confused.
Homer's just gonna keep going. She's
Okay.
gonna continue.
Moving back out. Moving back out. Is there anywhere else you guys would like to head?
Well, we can either head back to the arcade now to drop off the wheel, and then head back to school for the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking that's probably the most efficient thing. Just so we don't have to wait till we have to come back here again.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't have any money to actually get anything, so.
Yeah, I guess let's go drop off the wheel.
All right. You guys heading back to the arcade?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Backstreet speed run. Go, 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 go.
They're just full-on sprinting.
Okay, yeah, wait. Give me speed checks. I want to see who's making it their fastest.
Hey, you guys want to race there? And he's not
Absolutely.
expecting like an
More than
actual
anything.
answer, but
5.
5. She's getting like some good leaps and bounds in.
2 breaks out into a run as soon as he says that.
She gets the head start.
Ichiro like looks, and he didn't expect anyone to actually start first off running. I got a 2.
I
He's
got
got-
an I got an 8.
Ooh. All right. As soon as Ichiro says race, Homura takes off in a full tilt sprint. She gets halfway across the street when Kosuke's realized that she's cheating. So he takes off and immediately is able to pass her as Ichiro is trying to like make sure he has everything that's in his hands. He's got like the wheel in the bucket that's holding the sticky hands. And he's making sure that as he's running, they're not like flopping out. But you can hear him move as if there's like a cow stampeding behind you. Now it's just running with the bulls.
Guys, wait!
It's just like,
You said race. This is a race.
all right. And with that, you guys make it to the arcade in no time at all. And we can move all the way in. All right. I love the slow crawl. Soph watches you guys appear out of nowhere, and he's like, "Whoa!" Ooh. He's like, "Whoa, guys! I told you to do that like an hour ago. Are you serious?"
Yeah, we got it.
Jesus Christ. And then he starts laughing. He goes, "You guys remind me of a couple of seniors at your school." It's almost uncanny. And he holds his hand out for the wheel.
I give it to him.
Eh,
Here you go.
Thank you very much. He grabs hold of it. Jesus. My microphone is having a tough time right now. There we go. With that, he rips open the plastic and hops over the counter, walking right over to one of the racing wheels to the games, and immediately slaps it right on, giving it a wonderful new look. Ooh. Oh, that's fine. And with that, you guys can now play Initial C. And we have
Let's go.
Car 1 and Initial C Car 2. He runs back over and leaps over the counter, sits back in his chair and swivels for a bit and goes, You guys are really useful. And he goes, Here, for the troubles, and hands you all $20.
Let's go.
You know, if
Thank
you're
you.
ever working or looking for some light work, I actually really do sometimes need someone to watch the arcade every couple of days. I'd love to have you guys on board. But obviously take your time before you give me an answer. I don't want to hear you guys rushing through it like you did with the wheel. But on a side note, there are a few other things I could really need some help with. But, and he looks at you guys with a morphing face of like excitement and then consideration. And he goes, but no, that's, never mind. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Well, what is it?
I mean, well, you see, and he like puts a finger and taps it against his lip for a few moments, and goes, I really do need some presents for some of my friends. Our 3-year anniversary. I apologize, I have a little stutter. Our 3-year anniversary of our friend group is coming up, and I really wanted to get them all something at least small. I've been told not to get them anything, but while I do take that quite literally, I can't leave most days. I really don't want to half-ass these gifts. So I'd appreciate if you guys help me out. I'd even trade you some... And he looks around very carefully, and you see his ears transform both into bat ears, and he perks them up, and they begin to tilt around as he watches over. His eyes also, like, blackening as he transforms almost, like, completely into a bat for a second. And his then face transforms back into a human face, and he goes, listen, guys, I have some info that I'd like to share with you if you complete this mission. May or may not be involved with some less than stellar folks, but the vibe I'm getting from your group is pretty bright. It reminds me a lot of a couple of people I know. But if you're down, let me know.
I am, at least.
All right.
Are you guys?
I
Yeah,
also...
I could be
Yeah,
convinced.
sure.
Upon accepting this and completing your prior quest, you're all now able to gain 1 aptitude in a social skill of your choice.
Yahoo!
What are you guys taking?
Is that anything in cooperation?
Anything in cooperation.
What does an aptitude do?
Gives
it
you
just like-
+2.
Okay.
I'll go with persuasion.
I'll do deception.
Okay.
I'll do... insight.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. With this, you guys are then given the instructions. Soph does need help, and with what he explains, my best friend is kind of a goody two-shoes. I love him all the same, but I think I want to get him something to commemorate our love of games together. If you could find something kind of nerdy or tech-ish, I'm not really sure what kind of games he likes, but most of the time it's like... And he goes on to explain that games, like From Software games, that involve a lot of single-player adventuring experience, like solo play and skill testing are what he's looking for. Well, my other friend, he's been recently drying up with his skin and scales peeling really early in the months. He's a heteromorph, and I was gonna wonder if you guys could grab him some scale lotion from the mall. They should sell it in medical, or at least like the medicine, like the CVS of this. It's SVC. And he requests something along the lines of like heteromorph skincare for the reptilian kind. And for his last request, my friend, and he like stops upon saying her name, or at least the beginning of her name, and goes, my friend could really use some help recently. She's been having a lot of trouble with her quirk. It keeps her up at night. Could you get her something like a nightlight or an eye mask? Something that can maybe give her some light and darkness?
What's her quirk?
She's got a little friend following her around, and he tends to come out during the nighttime. So giving her some light may help her sleep at night. Can't really.
Yeah, sure, we can help.
Yeah, you get it. I can't really go too much into it. So he has described, and if you guys ever want a refresher on these, I have these available, or if you want to write them down, I would suggest to do so. So, a fun RPG, some heteromorph skincare for reptilian like parts, and a powerful nightlight or night mask. Or eye mask, I should
sounds
say.
good.
And with that, he says, if you would like to follow up and gain information about some very important stuff that's been going on recently that he has taken notice of, he would be happy to give you the information in response.
After we like do these jobs.
Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
these are tasks that can be completed in other places beside the mall. And I will say the night has grown kind of like closer. You guys are getting into the 6, 7 o'clock area of the afternoon, and dusk has begun to break along the horizon. It is Saturday night, so you don't have to go anywhere, honestly, without really wanting to. And from here on, what you want to do is completely up to you. You have enough time to do, I'd say, one more excursion. But other than that, you'd probably want to call it a night afterward in place of curfew.
Do you guys want to go back to the dorms?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for the night.
All right. All right. In that case, we can take you guys on back. Where is it? And I have to remind our players that we do not have the map up on Owlbear. Instead, we've opted in having the display of the dorm over the back line. You guys arrive back at school at a casual 7 to 8 o'clock. The gate is wide open, and teachers are moving about, not really pursuing any questioning for you guys, but a few people have begun staring at you as you pass in through the halls and make your way to your dorms. Is there anywhere in school that you'd like to go first?
I really want to check out the training area.
Okay, you want to head to the gym?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I gotta get him off Owlbear. All right. I will clear the area, and you guys can do as you please. All right. We have made it to the gym. Wow, the gym looks awful on this. I forgot to move it down. But yeah, you guys have made it to the gymnasium. You stand in a completely empty gym as each squeak of your shoe and sneaker on the floor below reverberates through the area.
Wow, I expected a bit more.
It is around 8 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah, but there's no equipment in here.
No, well, not in, direct sight.
Well, is this where we can train our quirks?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
some of
okay.
your quirks. Obviously, there's going to be specialized areas in which you would use your quirks, but this is kind of it. Everything here is very durable, from what you understand. So nothing's really going to shatter if you practice your quirks on it.
All right, because I was thinking, you know those football
Yeah, the
training
tackle
dummies that you
things.
push?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was trying to see, the limit of how far I can push, or how many of those I can push at once, to try and gauge kind of how much strength Ichiro really gets from his quirk.
You can absolutely try out some weightlifting if that would work better. There's no outright equipment, but if you were to request it during your like free time on other days, you can absolutely find an appropriate Quirk a training facility for yourself, and you can request certain times during the day for it when you get out of
Okay.
class and other such things. But now, if you'd like to assess yourself, that's a different story. Do any of you
Yeah.
guys have anything about yourselves that you want to assess? Obviously, Homura excluded, unless she wants to really like rip open a weight and see how fucking much she can bench. In which case, I'm all for.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
All right. You guys can explore the gym. Most of these areas are not locked off, but more so like you've never seen the inside of.
All right. I'm gonna like explore these back rooms and see if there's any equipment.
All right. You pull open the door, and it's gonna expose all of it, but that's because it's the same thing. You walk in to see that
Is
there
this
is.
a shower room?
This is a shower room and a bathroom.
Oh, okay.
There's a storage closet right to the next, or like to the next door over, and it is just a cleaning closet.
All right. Well, this is pointless. I'm gonna walk back out.
You guys watch Ichiro turn, walk in, and then like almost revolving door walk back out as the door's swinging.
I'm gonna check out the other room.
You walk into another room, and there's a giant mirror along the wall. With it, there is a few different yoga mats made available free for use, and you just have a full scope of yourself.
Hey, I know what this is. This is where, or this is one of those dance rooms.
Does he break down?
He does a little move.
Does he break down? He starts screaming.
No.
He just starts going. He just starts busting a move.
Just alone. Nobody sees him.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'm just gonna head back out.
All right. Opens the door. Just. All right. Do any of the other two, Homura, Kosuke, are you interested in surveying anywhere parts of this gym?
I guess I'll check up that top room.
Mhm. Hops inside.
I've disappeared.
You,
Oh,
I'll check the other one.
you find yourself in a tiny computer room, clearly meant to be an office, but hasn't been used in years. Outdated computers, like, cover these two desks in a layer of thick dust. The room adjacent is a very, very small classroom that its initial door is locked, but the door leading in from the office is not locked. There is no window on the doors, so you cannot see inside otherwise. And there is a podium for like standing in front of the class and desks for studying.
I go in.
All right. Yeah, you can see inside. There is a. You can see along the walls. There's scratched writing from early UA kids. Do you want to try and read one of them?
Yes.
On one of them, can you give me a perception check?
I sure can. Oh my god. 4.
You're reading it, and you can see the names written are like essentially in English. They would be AS X HYXOS. And it says like BFF underneath.
Cool.
Other than that, all of it's like indecipherable along the wall. Kosuke, you walked into the farther right, I believe, right?
Yes.
All right.
Kosuke is far right, yes.
Kosuke walks in and immediately gags at the smell. There is trash bags after trash bags lining each and every one of these doors. You can see as you look in that there is a weight room, and then there is a storage closet for other equipment that you would use, like a Quirk training equipment. Very, very like ill-advised used ones. But upon closer inspection, the weight room has like a bunch of different weights and a bunch of different training equipment that can perfectly be used. It is just covered in trash bags.
This is really gross, you guys.
Yeah, like it almost is so bad that Kosuke has to step out.
Stumbles backwards out.
Yeah. Oh! Kage
Creates-
Bunshi no Jutsu
Creates
Oh,
more
shit.
Kosuke's.
creates more Kosuke. He does the Zoldyck step. Ichiro, you're standing in the middle of the court. What are you doing?
He's just like standing, spinning in place.
Yeah, Kosuke, you see Ichiro just spinning in place.
Hey man, that room back there is disgusting. Do not go in there.
Why?
It's filled with trash.
It's just a bunch of garbage.
It's literally garbage. I don't. It's
Nothing
clearly
else?
a weight room. It's
Someone
clearly a
say
weight room, but
garbage?
there's just
Weight room.
Someone say garbage?
Ichiro and Homura are very surprised by two different things.
Garbage? Weights? No.
Yeah, it's a weight room covered in garbage, and it's fucking. It smells terrible.
But are there weights in there?
Yes, there are weights in there.
Is there garbage in there?
Yes.
Well, why would both be in there?
He's growing more and more frustrated.
So if we got rid of the garbage, we could use the weights?
Hypothetically, yeah. Or the janitorial staff could do their job.
Do we
Yeah,
have
this
janitors?
is UA. You'd think they have a budget for, like, a janitor or two.
Well, as it stands, nobody's cleaning it, so it might come down to us.
Slams his head off the floor. Okay.
Alright. Do you guys want to make an attempt to clean this area?
I
Not really.
whip out my trash spike with a smile on my face.
So there are
Looks
a
like
couple
Ichiro's
doors.
got this.
There's a couple doors right aside over here. So if you guys want to give me a just no, you don't have to give me anything. You're simply cleaning trash. This is not that hard of a task. If you want to clean it fast, I would say give me a power check to see how much you can carry. But if you guys are built or sent on if you guys are set on taking your time, I will not make you roll anything for it.
Guess I might as well. Don't want to be here forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to roll.
Power.
Oh no.
12?
12 is perfect. You grab hold of the largest lump of trash, and you are like, you're spiking like 3 to 4 per one, like shove, and you're carrying them out like you're like leaving. You got like a rucksack on a stick.
Very nice. And there's just like a trash can outside somewhere.
Uh-huh. Like a
Okay.
like a barrel. And you're able to clean up the entirety of the like weightlifting and like pull-up bar area, as well as a lot of the leg lifting work.
He's like pinching his nose with his other hand to try and avoid the rancid smell of garbage.
Mm.
But not doing the best. He's gagging a little.
No one's gonna blame him.
I got a 4.
All right.
I also got a 4.
Kosuke and Homura are watching Ichiro stab all of these and carry several at a time. Thinking that they've really got this down to a science, both of them carry out the trash bags on sticks, and both times the trash bags open up and spill out all over the floor. It is disgusting and vile, and it smells rancid. It makes you guys grab hold of your nose, and I actually need both of you to make a fortitude check to see if you like can keep it in.
Oh boy. 1d6.
I got a 1.
You got a 1d6.
5.
You got All right, Kosuke grabs hold of his nose, and it is too late. The open trash bag has traveled, like sent all up into his body, and he runs to the bathroom in order to expel the disgusting scent. Homura, you got a 4?
5.
5. You run immediately to the outside and take in a deep inhalation of like fresh air, and you're able to calm your stomach from reacting too harshly. And with that, you find yourself like getting back into the set of not disgusting and not time to throw up time or mindset, and are able to walk back in, closing and pinching your nose. Ichiro, you come back in from dropping all of that trash off to see that there is just like 2 sets of open bags just along the floor.
His heart just drops because he has no idea what to do with this now.
That's fair. Just you want to try and scrounge around, get an investigative
Oh,
head
there
on
was
and
the cleaning supply room.
exactly.
Wow.
Do you
I'm
want to
gonna
head there?
check it out.
All right. He heads he heads straight over to the cleaning supply closet, and if you want to give me a general education check, you can grab the most appropriate tools that you find necessary.
All right. 3.
3?
So he looks around, and he's never had to clean much in his life because he's usually outside. So he knows that it's something with a stick.
He's definitely cleaned like manure before, but that was like there was no intention of throwing it out. It was moving things.
Yeah.
Is he getting like what is he getting?
He's looking for a stick because he thinks that usually on the end of a stick is there something to clean with.
What is his general education check?
3.
Okay. You find by accident that a nearby brush broom has the perfect length of stick. You approach the bags of trash, and Homura, you're watching Ichiro carry a broom, like an appropriately used broom in this situation. What does Ichiro do with it?
I think I'll just push the garbage outside through
Okay.
the doors.
I didn't know if he was going to use the stick of the broom to stab the trash. But Homura gets that idea from him. Like, watches him walk over with his broom and is like, he's going to stab the trash. And when he starts moving it with the brush, she's like, whew. He's able to get it out fine. And if Kosuke is done throwing up, he can come back out. Obviously with like a green face and a sickening look, but the trash is gone and the smell kind of still lingers. If anyone wants, they can try and find cleaning product, but other than that, the area of the weightlifting room has been completely cleaned out.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thanks, Ichiro.
Anytime, guys.
I will say, Kosuke, in the bathroom, there is just like a very long piece of frozen vomit. Like it's really long. It's like an icicle.
Like a pillar sticking out of a toilet.
Yeah.
That's so gross.
Ugh, it's like yellow. Wow. Gross.
Does Kosuke say anything?
No.
Fair enough. All right. It is now 9:30 on campus. What is how's the vibes?
I think
Well-
we should call it a night.
Yeah, I think the janitors will probably clean better than we can.
If they even go in there. Looks like nobody has.
Might have to request it. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
All right. You guys heading back to the dorms?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You guys arrive back in your familiar dorm. The CRT TV sits very silently along the table, far away from your couch. You guys enter in with what's on your minds?
Taking a shower.
All right. Yeah. Ichiro immediately hops into the shower. And he has to like.
Stops to look in the mirror, and you can see like the green stink lines coming off of him.
there's just also a reverberating as
What in God's name was that?
his stomach growls. You guys spent the entire last bit of the day doing nothing but running around and cleaning.
That's right, we never ate.
Like upon finishing up your shower, which I might add, you look like Will Ferrell in the Elf movie, where you're like splashing water up to try and reach your face, because you are simply too fucking big for the shower.
Makes sense. And he takes a while to dry off because I'm just assuming there's no heteromorph towels.
You've got the.
Beautiful.
I'm assuming he's also got the like the shining of his horns, where he's like got the towel over one of them and his like a hand behind himself, and he's like.
Of course.
Kosuke, Homura, you guys walk in, and Ichiro immediately grabs the shower first. What is your guys' first thoughts?
Damn it.
You've got like a good
Homer
20
doesn't
minutes.
care.
She reeks.
She's got enough on her mind.
She's stinky, but with thought.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any food in your fridge? Because
I don't know if we ever grabbed any.
I don't know either. There's definitely been times where you've been able to grab food, especially like not from the dining hall, but just from the mall and other things. But if you don't have it, that's okay. The rest of you are feeling pretty hungry. And there's many options. You can go to the dining hall. You can order food. You can go out to grab a bite at like a local convenience store. The grocery store is open. And it's just a small walk away.
Do you guys want to? I'm assuming Ichiro's just out of the shower. He's still drying off his other horn, but do you guys want to go to 812 and pick up some snacks?
812.
I mean, wouldn't it be free if we just went to the dining hall?
Yeah, but
I'm not made of money, you guys.
She's making the like little change fingers. She's rubbing her thumb against her index finger. What do I look like?
No, Homura's got an okay point. We can go to the dining hall.
yeah,
Alright.
it's usually pretty good.
It's not ever bad. Lunch Rush never leaves anything for leftovers. That's terrible. You
Yeah,
guys.
it'd really suck if a place did that. That'd be real.
The food, yeah,
uncool.
that would be super uncool if a school just like took away your ability to get food after a certain point in time. That would be terrible.
Right?
That would just be awful. Either way, you guys head over to the lunchroom, which notably is very dark and holds very few students. There is familiar faces from classes you've seen, but other than that, no one of like nameable note. And as you walk into the dining hall, you can see that there is a slew of different late-night options. There is an American, an Italian, a French, and a Japanese set for late-night food.
Italian.
Italian, there is a small pizza sectioned into 8 slices, with each individual pizza slice having the choice of toppings with a nice thick, either stuffed or normal crust glazed in garlic sauce.
Ooh.
What does she customize her pizza like? Is it all 8 slices are different, or is it half and half? What does she do?
She's a half and half kind of person.
What's she throwing on
Oh
there?
shit. Sorry, accidentally yanked my headphones off.
Kosuke is also eyeing the pizzas.
He's like licking his lips. There's a little bit of nitroglycerin, or not, or what is it? Not nitroglycerin. What's the reverse? What's the cold one?
Liquid nitrogen?
Liquid nitrogen. There's like little bits of liquid nitrogen dripping off of his tongue and lips hanging out. And it like
His tongue comically hangs out at the sight of food.
as it's hanging out, you can see like
Stories?
as it hits the ground, it freezes whatever's below him.
Oh my god. I have a blue tongue.
Absolutely.
Does he ever like accidentally get brain freezes from drinking something, and then it just becomes cold in his mouth?
He freezes his lips shut. A lot of the times, or with like heteromorph stuff like this, it's a lot easier on the body because they've adapted. So I'm assuming Kosuke is unable to get brain freezes anymore. which means, dude,
Hell yeah.
slushies go crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, is he feeling the Italian set too?
Yeah, he's feeling pizza.
He's got that pizza vibe.
Pizza,
What-
pizza.
He's gonna put some pineapple on it.
How do Homura or Homura has seen this before? How does Ichiro react to seeing Kosuke throw pineapple on pizza?
Ichiro doesn't get to eat pizza a lot just because of where he's from,
Mhm.
but he knows that there are a few tenets of pizza making that do not go broken. So he's staring in like absolute horror.
Abject fear. He like grabs Kosuke's hand before he can even put the pineapple on it. What are you
You
doing?
haven't tried it before. You haven't tried it before, so you
Shit.
can't say anything. You can't say anything. You can't.
Does he give him a slice?
Yeah. Here, try. Slides it into, like, puts it up to his face.
He just inserts it in my mouth. You know what? One sec.
All right. Ichiro is handed a piece of pizza with pineapple on it. You can roll, or you can decide how he reacts to this.
So he puts it in his mouth and begins to chew. And is almost immediately overwhelmed.
Good.
No.
He rolled for it.
he goes.
He gets a couple bites in, stops, and just spits it all out on the floor.
Hey man, you're wasting good pizza.
What are you gonna eat
It's not good pizza.
It's so good pizza.
it? What's Ichiro getting for food?
He was gonna get pizza too, but probably a more, correct one.
What is the correct pizza to Ichiro?
Meat lovers.
It's like seafood, like,
Ugh.
from, like a fishing town.
Shrimp pizza.
Oh.
That's like, it's a Japanese thing, and I can't imagine it.
I can't imagine Ichiro or Kosuke, a Japanese kid, liking that. No, I picture that they've all at least tried like variants of pizza, especially for Kosuke and Homura having lived in Tokyo. You've definitely seen your fair share of like pizza challenges and tried them.
Yeah.
You know what you guys like. So Kosuke's got pineapple. Ichiro, you've got meat lovers, and Homura has what?
She was gonna do half and half. I wanted to do half meat lovers and half like veggie.
All right. You guys all grab your
Two opposites of the spectrum.
free 8-slice pizza. Normally this is when you'd regain a D8 of health and stamina, but since you haven't lost any as of recent, we can forego that and just provide you with a wonderful, pleasant meal at night. You guys, do you taking this back to your dorm, or are you sitting in the library? Library? Listen to me. You're sitting in the lunchroom.
We could sit here.
Yeah, we can finish.
You
Have a delightful
should get the
chat.
Minecraft eating sound on your like soundboard, so when we eat in the cafeteria, you can play it.
You fucking...
Just a thought.
Um,
Consider.
All
Can I
right.
do a perception check to see who else is here, if we recognize anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, one sec. 5.
Wonderful. Are you guys? Tell me how they eat. But first things first. Ichiro, you get like your first slice in your mouth, and you're kind of cow chewing where the top part of your head doesn't move, but the bottom part is like grinding it against the top. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's hanging out. You look over to the other side of the room, and you can see this girl. This woman she's a young black girl with like variably dark skin, and by variably I mean like it kind of gets a little lighter around the tips of her hands, but it's not a lighting or a lighter as in it gets like whiter or darker. It's lighter as in it's like literally glowing, a bright orange and red, and she's holding on her tray, which is metal as opposed to the plastic ones that you guys have, which is also like turning red at her grip. 3 or 4 different burgers from the American set, and she is like 3 or 4 biting these Big Macs.
Wow,
Good
that's
for her.
incredible.
She has like her long hair kind of pulled to the side, and you can see that it's like on fire at the end. And she turns back and rolls it up to tie it up. And it's just like slowly burning. It's not getting closer to her head. It's just consistently burning for a longer or indefinite period of time. But other than that, there's no one else really of note. Everyone here is either like general course or like the business course.
Kosuke lets out an impressed
Snuff.
a whistle of, and a little spiral of blue flame comes out.
Yeah, like a puff of blue flame comes out, and you can see it's surrounded by a ring of cold air.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does everyone eat? I should ask now. Are you guys like a shove it, or you guys are like, I enjoy my food?
Ichiro's
Homura-
definitely destroying it.
Yeah. Homer shovels that shit into her mouth.
Who's the first one to finish eating?
I feel like Kosuke just eats at like an average pace, but
Yeah.
he definitely is looking on in horror at the speed of these two eating.
All right. Who's the first to finish of the two of them?
Roll to figure it out. Race.
Race. Yeah. Actually, both of you guys give me fortitude checks to see who eats the fastest and doesn't get a fucking stomach ache and stop.
2.
15.
Oh my gosh.
Homura gets like 3 slices in before she hits her head on the table with like the dong, and you can see like her soul starting to escape from her mouth. And Ichiro grabs hold of 2 slices, puts them together, and eats them like a sandwich. It is almost kind of impressive, like how fast he gets this shit devoured. But without breaking any stride, he finishes up the last piece of pizza, and you hear like as he licks the like last bit of grease off his fingers.
Oh, she's dead.
Kosuke,
Homura.
Kosuke, you're just watching these 2 idiots go fucking at it in a eating contest of the century that ended quicker than it began.
He's taking pictures.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, you guys finish up eating, and it has reached like a good safe like 9:30. The dining hall begins to shut down, and you can see them closing off like any of the more needed to be tended to pieces of the dining hall, such as if you're getting soup, the soups have been cut off. Anything that is not easily pick up and eatable, like stations where maybe you put together a salad, are now shut down, and the lights are beginning to turn off, which is the all-around symbol for good night here at UA.
Well, I guess we should get out of here before they kick us out.
Fair enough.
I agree.
The attendants begin to clean up the tables as you guys step up to remove yourselves from the lunchroom, and you guys head back to your dormitory. Upon entering, you have your leftovers. You throw them in the fridge. If you guys want, you can put them in your character sheet as leftovers. If you don't eat them within a certain amount of time, they will go bad and stink. But other than that, now that you've eaten, Kosuke and Homura are fully capable of showering if they feel it need be. But Ichiro is good to go. Yeah. Kosuke, this is where I'm gonna need your fun little help. So you guys hear Kosuke step in and turn the shower on. Kosuke, I need you to give me a small scale quirk control check.
You got it.
Kosuke begins to turn on the shower and step inside. And let's see.
Wait, you said what? What check?
Control. So your technique.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. I don't know how I glossed over that. I got a 7.
All right. As you step into the shower and the initial chilly water freezes onto your skin, there is like a sudden burst of flames from your body. It begins to like like your whole body begins to become enveloped in flame, and while you can't feel it, you can tell that the shower itself along the ground is freezing over, and any of the water that hits the ground is freezing up into pillars of small ice. You immediately start wiping down your face, and the fire begins to disappear. You kind of pat yourself down for a moment, step out of the shower, and get this fire under control before the water turns back to a nice hot level, and it begins to melt. You can hear the sound of cracking ice along the shower walls and floor, because right now there is a multitude of different bursts of fire that just keep this thing going with a blue flame.
Can I just use snuff
Yes.
to get rid of everything at once?
You put your hands together, and the fire goes out upon the release of it, and there is just leftover ice. That which will quickly burn away and melt into the drain. Is he taken aback by this stuff? Or like scared at the reaction of his quirk?
Yeah, he's like breathing a little harder. Like that gave him a pretty good startle.
a little spooky, scary moment for him. But after
once he gets that under control, he continues on as normal as he can.
As he lets out a deeper exhalation in this room, you can see that the water has condensed in the air, and he's leaving like as if it's the same thing as breathing out in a cold winter night. And after that, his shower goes all but expected. Homura. I guess Ichiro too.
Yes.
You guys get back inside, and Kosuke goes to take a shower. Ichiro, you're done showering. What is your plan for the night?
Let's see. Well, I would like to try and put the couch somewhere, because I'm pretty sure it's just sitting in the room kind of aimlessly.
Yeah, it's sitting in your room in front of the CRT TV.
Okay. I guess that's not the worst spot for it.
He's just like having the moment of like, do we want to move the room around?
He's just sitting there moving it like back and forth a couple of inches. Like, does it look good here? Maybe here. No, maybe here.
Is Homura on the couch, or is she in her room?
She's in her room for now, just waiting for the shower.
You can hear no every few seconds as Ichiro very clearly cannot decide where to put this thing. Other than that, it's relatively quiet in the dorm. Aside from that, very, very daunting sound. All right, Kosuke, you finish up your shower. Step outside, and the residual water hits the cold air, and you can feel yourself starting to like pick up again. Flames begin to sputter out from the side of your lips, but you're very quickly able to snuff them out and stop it. It's a little chilly, but you couldn't tell. Is he have a night routine, or is he also just like a go to bed?
He's he like washes his face and stuff, but he doesn't go too crazy with like a routine.
No mask. No like face mask that he wears.
Yeah, no. He wears like eye mask for like sleeping. But and I like to think that he has like an incense diffuser too.
Fair enough. All right. Homura, your shower, quick, or is it a depressing one?
She's a quick shower.
Cold or hot?
Hot.
Okay.
Like borderline too hot.
Oh, you can see the steam
she
rising.
comes out beet red.
Kosuke, Ichiro, are you guys hanging out on the couch, or you guys have like reduced yourselves to the late night, like sitting in your room?
I'm out on the couch, just like scrolling through the 3 channels we get.
Yeah, with the UA service. You get like obviously the news network, one like approved cartoon like television channel, and then there is like the UA hosted news network that is students. Nothing really to see there.
Fun.
The cartoons are like things that you never personally saw in the countryside, but aren't bad. This is essentially the Disney XD of My Hero.
Whoa. Hunt Askowski.
Oh,
My
sweet.
favorite.
Lab mice.
Luther and Zeke. You guys are just going over the list of like shows that will come out during the night, with the list being of like I can't even like say some of these, like it's so obvious. Sun versus the forces of good. Mass Falls. What else is there? It's just like very clear things like recess, which I would assume is just lunch. There's and without any shame of myself, there is also just Sonic Underground. It's just Sonic Underground. Do you guys think any of your characters would watch Sonic Underground growing up?
Definitely.
Oh, 100%. He's just sitting there like, Sonic Underground. Yeah. Homer, you step out. Obviously, go into your room, get your, like, dry off and get your clothes on. Is she, remaining in the room, or is she gonna join, Ichiro out? Is Kosuke out there? I apologize. I didn't hear.
Yeah, he's probably hanging out there watching them do it.
Mm-hmm. What has Homer resigned herself to?
She might just crash in her room.
Alright, Kosuke, Ichiro.
Yes.
At what point in the night do you guys think your characters fall asleep?
As long as Sonic Underground is on, he's not falling asleep.
Alright. It goes in for like a 2-hour special, and it is now midnight. Kosuke, did you get up to go to bed, or did you pass out on the couch?
He's definitely passed out on the couch.
Oh.
He wanted to watch.
He tried to
Relive
keep up.
that childhood.
Ichiro, you, with the very little consciousness you have left and the fatigue that's taking over, you see that Kosuke has fallen asleep on the chair next to you.
Aww. I guess I will turn it off and carry him to bed.
Alright. Alright. And with that, day has turned to night, has turned to sleep. Where are we? It is snore. Me 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 me. Snore. Me 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 me. And that's when it hits. The bright and early sound of no. And I'm not doing it at 500%. But it is. And who is the first up?
I feel like Ichiro and Kosuke are probably both pretty conked out from that Sonic Underground bender.
The bright and early morning of 11 in the afternoon wakes the entire dorm. I'm sure that at one point the alarm went off early in the morning, but Ichiro like single fist punched it like silent.
Just punched it like straight through the wall.
Exactly. Yeah. The morning is quick and very relaxed. Nobody is forced to get up and forced to get dressed beyond what they are comfortable with. With what is going on, it honestly isn't that far-fetched to say that this is a relaxing day for you guys. Though, whenever you feel like it, you may leave. There is leftover pizza in the fridge of all various slices except for meat lovers. Well, no, there is meat lovers because Homura has left over a lot of it. Ichiro, however, has completely finished his morning meal, or his last night's meal, and therefore will not have a morning meal. Unless
Makes
you guys
sense.
would like to head to the dining hall again and get a more continental breakfast.
Yeah, as soon as they wake up. Sure.
Alright. Who's the first up on this momentous day of not being able to, or not having to wake up at 6 a.m. or 9 a.m. really?
I guess Ichiro.
Then Kosuke is definitely second. I feel like Homura's something's wrong if Homura wakes up first.
Yeah.
Kosuke's got like crusties from trying to stay up last night. Ichiro has to like shatter his eyes open.
Breaks the like shield of crust.
Yeah. Gives the like bull snuff from his nose and gets up. Are you guys, so it's obviously within like a good 15-20 minute period that you all arise in PJs. What is everyone's first motives for the morning, or what's your guys' plan for today?
I guess we have the whole day to ourselves. I think I would like to try and do some quirk training.
Okay. You can obviously make the delivery to your buddy whenever.
We gotta make those.
Where is he?
We gotta make those deliveries to the people in the gym too.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was saying earlier is you're trying to get Foji the stickies, and you need to get Moho. Moho can take the veggie basket figure whenever. He's not scared of not like getting it immediately. He's scared of not getting it, period. And you can deliver the dirt to Uasa anytime. He's also just like open and ready for whatever deliveries of like gossip that you have for him. You're all sitting in the common room. What is the plan?
Do we all want to go together to drop stuff off?
Sure.
Maybe just the better thing to do.
Sure. Is everybody gonna be in the gym?
Is anybody going to be in the gym is a good question. Something that I cannot answer you.
I guess let's go and see.
All right. Okay, so gym first? Or
Yeah.
food first?
Stop by the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get the gym up, and we will transfer. Where did Owlbear go? Oh, there he is. You're back up into the gym. I'm gonna move you guys back to the areas over here, and we can turn off these two and move the map more interactively over to you guys. With that, you guys can hear the sound of something dropping into the weight room, or something dropping in the weight room more so, and are freely capable of investigating on your own.
All right.
Let's go check it out.
I guess I immediately noticed that there's no stands.
No stands?
Yeah. Like the black market is not set up today.
Oh, yeah. Nope, but you do have all of the contact info for everyone at the stands.
Good point. We got these hands for Foji, right?
Yeah.
I'll call him up.
All right. He takes a few rings to get a hold of, but upon calling him, he answers with, "Oh, hey man, what's up?"
Hey, we got those hands you wanted.
No way, dude. That's awesome. You guys can come by my dorm anytime today to drop them off. I can't work till late tonight, so it's not like I really need them right this second.
Where's your dorm at?
I'm in the general course's second year.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll give you details when you want to know. And
See you
he's like,
then.
later! And he hangs up.
Slick. I guess I would like to go see if the weight room maybe doesn't smell anymore.
So yeah, as you guys, oh, someone, I think it's Nick, but he says All Might? Where's All Might? And then Minetto Balls. As you guys approach the weight room, you can hear the sound of like weights dropping, and the sound of like misused tools.
Weird. I'll check it out.
Upon entering, you can see that Sukara is lifting weights well beyond his clear weight class, but his arms have this black chitinous armor wrapped around them, with digits being freely exposed nerve, with like a very odd skin color underneath. He turns and looks at you and goes, "Oh, good morning."
Hey, Sukara, how's it going?
Hey, I'm going good. He turns his gaze away from you and begins to like embarrassingly like try and kick the weights out of like reach from himself. He shakes his hands behind his back, and upon returning them into sight, you can see that he's no longer wearing the weird glove/gauntlet looking things that he had prior.
Was that your quirk?
Yeah, sorry. I know it's a bit gross.
No, it's cool.
Upon hearing that, he, like, opens his eyes a bit more and turns to you, looking up, and goes, "Oh, shucks, you're just saying that."
No, that's really cool.
Really? And he, like, starts scratching the back of his head and, like, leaning side, and goes, "Nah, you're just blowing smoke up my chimney."
I can't blow smoke.
He, realizing who he's talking to, goes, "Yeah, I know." And tries to look aside him. Given Ichiro's stature, he can't really like get a good look past him, and goes, "Where's all your buddies?"
They should be somewhere around here.
Oh.
Ichiro like peeks his head out and yells for the other two.
As soon as Ichiro like turns to peek out, he can see Kosuke along the basketball court, but he can't see Homura.
Curious.
As soon as Kosuke gets within like earshot, he looks at him and goes, "Oh, you got 2 shoes on today."
Oh my god.
And just he starts like laughing to himself, like he's got like his cheeks like welled up in purple, trying not to laugh. And he gives you the typical like "good morning," like head nod. And with that, we are going to finish off today's session, and leave for conversation further. But yeah, the group is inside the weight room, and Sukara is lifting his own weights. If you guys are here, first off, we have a lot more viewers than we normally do, so let me just say hello and welcome if this is your first time. I'm Grant, and these are my players, Alex,
Hello.
Alec,
Hello.
and Shay.
Hi.
And we play My Hero Academia D&D every Friday from 7 to 9. I'm very happy to have you all here. This has been My Hero Class 1C, and we will see you guys next Friday. If you are interested in catching up with our series or curious as to what we are, there is the VODs for Class 1C below. We are still getting our last week's session uploaded. Below that, we have Breathe and Live, which is the Demon Slayer D&D that I run, depending on when my 4 of 11 group members are able to play. This time it's Tuesdays. We upload accordingly. We also have a Discord, which you can join. It's usually just for our Mude, but we love seeing and having people on here. We also have an Instagram where, although there's not much My Hero content, there is a lot of the Demon Slayer content. There will be My Hero content in the future, such as clips and also possibly animatics. But if you've enjoyed, I really hope that you stick with us and follow these 3 on their journey through UA. And until next week, we will see you again. This is My Hero Class 1C.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Adios.